All right, hey everybody. I'm gonna do my video a little bit of a different style this time. I thought about doing this normal talking head video in my office and putting the music to it and all that, although I may still put some music to this. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do things a little bit differently this time. Today I'm gonna talk to you about praying for our children. We've all heard about when the parents are at the wedding reception and they say, oh, we've been praying for you since you were a little kid, and we've been praying for your spouse, or blah, 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 right? So what do they pray? How do they pray? When do we pray as parents? What are you praying for your kids? Maybe throw it down in the comments below. What do you pray for your kids? So I want to share with you something that transformed my life several years ago. When we first started having kids, I was talking with a friend of mine who had already had kids about what he prays, how he prays for his kids. And he said this thought, it just stuck with me, and it transformed how I pray for my kids. And he said this, he said, pray for everything. Ask for everything. Like, don't leave anything unsaid. Just ask God for everything. Ask him for wisdom, ask him for blessing, ask him for discipline, ask him for literally everything. Anything that you can think of, ask him for it, because what's all he can do is say no. You know, I mean, it's not gonna hurt to ask. So it's in James chapter 4 verse 2, I think. Now this is out of context and he's talking about some other things, but the concept I think is still kind of true. He says, you have not because you ask not. And then he's, we got to ask at the right motives and ask for the right things that the Lord wants for us, and have the right heart and such. But he says, you have not because you ask not. So I thought, well, I want to ask. Also from the words of Jesus, I think, in Matthew chapter 7, verse 7, I think. Jesus said, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you'll find. Knock and the door will be opened. So when it comes to my kids, I want to ask for everything. So I wanted to do something in a little bit of a different way. So I'm gonna, I came home and I'm by myself here, and I was gonna pray for the kids and try to shoot some B-roll and stuff. But I'm like, I don't want to do this because my house is a wreck, right? And so I'm like, I'm gonna start cleaning up my house. So I'm gonna straighten up the house a little bit so that if people see when I'm walking through, then it won't be so messy. But then as I'm cleaning, I'm thinking, I need to pray for my kids while I'm cleaning up. So I'm going to walk you through just a couple of things as I walk through the house, some of the stuff that I pray for, and hopefully it might encourage you as well. So let's go. All right, so here I go. I'm in Shepard's room right now. His room is a wreck, as probably a lot of little 11-year-old boys' rooms are, and I'm going to start praying for him. I pick up his books and pray for wisdom. I pick up his backpack and pray for the friends that he hangs out with. I pray for his spouse that he'll one day marry. I straighten his pillow and pray that God will speak to him. I thank God for giving him multiple talents, and I pray that he will make him strong in all of them. Now I've got 4 kids, so I'm going to have 4 times of prayer this morning. So one other little thing is, I can already kind of feel the judgment. Why are you cleaning up your kids' room? Make them clean up their own room. I make them clean up their own room. This is just a fun little thing that I'm doing. I'm straightening up the house a little bit, and I'm praying for my kids while I'm doing it. And so and the things that I pick up help me to pray for those parts of their life. I'm not saying that you should clean up your kids' rooms. What I am saying is a great way to pray for your kids is to ask for everything. And if you're walking through the house, pray for everything that you can think of. Sometimes when you're doing different stuff, it can help you think of different things. And so I'm going to continue on and just lift up my kids to the Lord. All right, so this is a fun one here. This is Liv's room. Her room is usually a mess. It's actually not incredibly awful this time, but she's a creative, and so her mind is all over the place, and she's got creative thoughts. I can't wait to pray that God will inspire her in her little mind. I pray that her creativity will be boundless, that she'll make great choices in life, and she'll have good health and a long life. I pray that God will inspire her to do greater things than she could ever imagine, and that God would guard her sensitive emotions. Ba-bam! Not perfect, just a little thing that it was such a joy to pray for Liv while I just straighten up her stuff a little bit. What a joy it is to pray for your daughters. All right, so I've got two more sons, Fletcher and Aaron, and they're a mess. They share a room. It's a lot of stuff in a little space, but let's lift them up before the Lord. So if you're getting value out of this video, would you give it a thumbs up? It helps out a ton. As well, if you want to see more videos like this, could you consider subscribing? Or maybe even share the videos so that parents like you and me can get more practical tools on building stronger families. Thanks so much. Yowzers. I'm going to pray for my boys and straighten up the room a little bit and hopefully bless their socks off when they get home today after school. As I pick up their Beyblades, I pray that they'll have tons of good, clean fun in their life. I pray that they'll live lives of purity. Aaron is a tough one, and I pray that he'll be safe from injury. As I straighten their piggy bank, I pray that they'll be successful in their career. Messes sometimes bring stress, and I pray that their lives will be free of anxiety. I pray that our relationship will be strong, and our bond as a family will stand the test of time. Most importantly, with all of the kids, I pray for their salvation to be authentic and life-changing. Okay, again, not perfect, but kind of fun. Pray for my kids, lift them up to the Lord, and it only just took a couple of minutes. Okay, as I'm wrapping up here, I just want to be careful to let you know that I don't believe this is like a name it and claim it kind of prayer time. This is not a time where I think you're going to live your best life now because you pray these things, everything is going to be awesome. This is not going to keep you and or your kids from ever having anything wrong go on in their life. But hopefully, as you make a practice of praying for your kids, I want to encourage you, ask for everything. And hopefully it'll be one step closer towards building a stronger family. God bless you guys. See you next time.